Hi there and welcome to London Visited, and in this walk we're going to go from Covent Garden all the way to Bond Street. Now this is a walk that has been requested by quite a few people because it takes in a lot of the major points in central London. So without much ado, let's get on with it and let's get walking. So here we start from outside the London Transport Museum in the corner of Covent Garden. And as you can see, there is still some remnants of Christmas lights up around Covent Garden. But let's go around the Piazza and see what that has. You can still see that a lot of the things are still up from the Christmas celebrations. They had huts here where you could get drinks, as well as sort of champagne bars, and also they had some of the big bubbles as well, the igloos that you could go in for your meals. But looking at that, I think that seems to have cleared. It's interesting, it's sort of in a state of clearing up after Christmas. Yes, we've still got some of the huts, etc. over there. And then you've got Covent Garden. And what we'll do is, let's just take a little walk through Covent Garden and see what that's like. Right, to tell you what we'll do, let's go into Covent Garden and we'll go into the South Hall. And the reason we're going to the South Hall is to see if there's anyone singing, because quite often they have live music here. And this is a good spot in which to watch it. Oh yeah, someone's setting up in the corner there with their cello. Getting ready for the next, take it in turns. There must be a sort of a list and an order, a schedule for people to do that. Great place to come and have something to eat and drink, although prices definitely won't be cheap. And as you can see, Covent Garden has still got its Christmas decorations up. The mistletoe is still here. Must admit though, great memories of the Christmas here, with the glitter balls still going, making a great scene on the skies. Right, let's go through to the North Hall. Now these decorations, the sort of hedge effect was put up just before Christmas, so I wonder if they're actually going to keep them up. We shall see later in the year. Into the North Hall. If you do get a chance to get down to the North Hall, then you've got the Apple Market here, which is sort of the arts and crafts. I guess it's later in the day, so some of the things have closed up already. If you're looking for anything in particular, yeah, it's good to have a mooch around the stalls. Right. Let's head out of Covent Garden and we're now heading up towards the tube station. So we're going to go up James's Street. Right, so before we do, let's have a quick look around. So down Covent Garden itself. There we go, you've got the buildings all lit up there. And then as we turn, you've still got the Frozen sponsored Christmas decorations there. Okay, let's go up James's Street. So the idea of today's walk is to get you to the bottom of Bond Street. But we're going to do that by sort of zigzagging through the Covent Garden area, up through Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, down Piccadilly, to get to the bottom of Bond Street. So let's show you those places. I must admit, don't have to wait for Christmas for these lights on the buildings here. They are beautiful. Just brings it up quite nicely. But I do want to show you a couple of small places that you may well miss. So first of all, we're going to go down here, which is Floral Street. Now, if you've got Floral Street, got the lights going across, Oh, that's good. Sketchers all Londoned up. And down here on the right, that's the Royal Opera House, and then you've got the Bridge of Aspiration going across, and that's the funny twisty bridge. And you can Google that, the Bridge of Aspiration, and that will show you what it looks like from the inside. And believe you me, it looks weird from the inside. Right. Let's get back down here and down Floral Street. Great one if you want to come down here for the shops. You've got Paul Smith, the big Ted Baker there as well. Some nice little side streets, Langley Court. And this is why I want to bring you down this way, because this is fantastic. Let's go through the tunnel. Ah, something else sponsored by Frozen. As you can see, lots of people having fun in here. And here we go, as you walk through, there we go, you can see all the colours changing. And that is Conduit Court. So if you're looking for Conduit Court on a map for London, that's it. Right, well worth a walk down there. Excellent. Now, we're going to head from Covent Garden and we're going to go towards Neal's yard. I must admit, I hope these stay up. This is Slingsby Place. I must admit, I found these when I was looking at the Christmas decorations. And I can come back here time and time again and look at these glass flowers hanging here. And if they take them down, I think I might have to start a campaign to make sure they put them back up again. Right, so let's continue our walk. So this is a bit of Covent Garden people don't go to Slingsby Place. It's a nice sort of hidden, tucked away yard with offices. As you can see, places to eat, which is good. But this is rather lovely as well. And this is all year round, definitely, because it's built into the ceiling. Lovely. Love that. Right. Let's cut across. This is the back of the Cambridge Theatre, which is on Seven Dials, and we're going to come back to Seven Dials in a couple of ticks, because we'll come back to Seven Dials on our way to Leicester Square. But in the meantime, let's walk down here, which is Shelton Street. London Film School. Oh, it's good, all lit up there. Right, this is the back of the Banksy exhibition. If you do get a chance to come up here and see that, that's fantastic. Here we're at the Earlham Street where it meets Neal Street, and also Shelton Street. So let's go up here. But what we'll do is we're going to cut through Seven Dials Market, which is signified by these bananas. Now I must quickly show you Seven Dials Market, because if you're thinking of eating in London, this is brilliant, because this will cater for everybody's taste. And I mean everybody's taste. So, you've got a little area here for arts and crafts. Actually, that was food before, so that's changing all the time. And just to give you an idea, let's go into the food and drink section. Just to give you an idea, you have everything you could possibly want here. Mexican, cheese bar, you name it, you've got it. All sorts of food. And that's downstairs as well, all sorts of street food. Plenty of space to sit down as well, so not only have you got the tables there, but you can sit right around the rails here and look down as well. And this is a sort of a converted old warehouse, but the food is excellent. And all you do, you can either get it from the places or you can order it through the website, which is amazing. So if you get a chance and you fancy coming down to Seven Dials Market, great place to come and eat. In fact, I eat in here quite often because you never know what you fancy until you sit down and have a look at the menu. Right, let's leave. Oh, there we are. Come and play the pink piano. Someone had to play with that. Brilliant. So if you're a bit of a maestro, come and do some entertainment. Actually, you could put a little hat down and earn the money for your food. Right, as we come out of Seven Dials Market on the other side from Earlham Street, we are now just going to go over the road into Neal's Yard. Now, Neal's Yard is fantastic. You will recognise Neal's Yard because if you see Instagram photos of London, it will more often than not be pictures from here. It's a minute yard. It really is small. Blink, you'll miss it. Oh, there we go. All lit up. But it is well worth coming down because it is beautiful. There we go. Yeah, these lights are up all year round. Normally this area, I have to say, is ruined by having these massive canopies up to protect people from the weather or just have them sitting underneath. But actually today, with the canopies not up, what a fantastic view of Neal's Yard. Love it. Yeah, like that. That's good. Right, let's go through the other side. Lots of places to eat. And there we go. And of course, this is where Neal's Yard of Remedies started. And hair. Want to get your hair done? Probably not going to be a cheap place to get your hair done. Now, If you want a recommendation for eat, this is the place. Pizza. It's a sort of a benches place to come and sit down and have your pizza, but highly recommend that. That says you come into Neal's Yard from the other direction, but quite often there's a queue. So I'd Google pizza in Neal's Yard and then book a table. Right, let's go out of Neal's Yard. If you haven't seen that before, graffiti by Bambi. And that is Charlotte, Prince William and Lady Diana Spencer, or Princess Di, as Mary Poppins. Nice. Right, out we go. We're now in Monmouth Street. Now, interestingly, the buildings here in Monmouth Street, this in the 1800s used to be a hospital. But as you can see, it's all converted. And what have you got down here? Lots of restaurants, a few shops, but really good place. Really good places to eat. Now, you've also got a big hotel that takes up most of the rooms up there as well. But I love this area. This is coming into 7 Dials. And here we have 7 Dials itself, which is named after the pillar with the 7 sundials sitting on the top of it. And the 7 roads are going off it. One thing I love doing is, let's just go to the middle and have a look down. So there you go, got Matilda on at Cambridge Theatre. We walked past the back of that just a couple of seconds ago. That way takes you back down to Covent Garden. That way we're going to go in a second down Monmouth Street. That's going to take us towards Leicester Square. Here takes you towards the Cambridge Theatre, which has had Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on for, I don't know how long, long time. That's down Earlham Street. That takes you to the top part of Shaftesbury Avenue, as does there. We just come down from there. That's the other Monmouth Street. And that was Shorts Gardens that we crossed to get into Neal's Yard a couple of seconds ago. Oh, yes, let's go up here. And this has to be one of my favourite coffee places, Cafe Nero, because during the summer they put tables outside and you can just sit there and watch the world go by. Love it. And that is 7 Dials. Right, let's go down Monmouth Street now. And as we go down Monmouth Street, we're going to head towards Leicester Square. So we're going to go back down towards Longacre, back into the hustle and bustle of everything. Now, you've got to be careful down here because some of the roads are pedestrianised, which is great, but some of the roads aren't. And they do move the barriers around sometimes, so you've got to be very, very watchful. Because I'm walking in the middle of the road now, but I am looking around because a car could come around here at any moment. But when it's extremely busy, they actually pedestrianise the whole area around 7 Dials. Okay. Now we're starting to come into Theatreland. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you're never far from a Subway or a McDonald's. Oh, or Five Guys over there on the corner. Okay, big word of warning. This is a cafe called Cafe Concerto. They are all over London. They are quite expensive, so just beware. Have a quick look at the menu. Make sure it suits your budget if you're coming up here. Okay, so here we're on Great Newport Street. Got that featured in a video of 12 different film locations where they filmed Harry Potter, and they used an alleyway just down Great Newport Street as an entrance to Diagon Alley. And if I remember rightly, it's the 6th film, and the 6th film, the Death Eaters went down there. Right, Agatha Christie, she has her own book here, just off Cranbourn Street. You can tell you're getting near Leicester Square. You can always tell. Yeah. The gentle sound of a siren. Now, one thing to tell you, we've just walked from Covent Garden and we're nearly at Leicester Square. And actually we've walked past the tube stations, because here's Leicester Square tube station. If you are going to go from Covent Garden to Leicester Square, it will take you longer to get down on the platform at Covent Garden, to go one stop along and get up at Leicester Square and come out than it would to walk on the street level. In fact, if you walk on the street level direct and just go direct, it takes you probably no more than about 45 seconds. If you actually go down and do it by train, it's going to take you a good 10 minutes because you've got to go up and down the escalators, etc. So if you're going from Covent Garden to Leicester Square, walk it. Unless it's tipping it down with rain, in which case, get someone else to walk it for you. Always a good option. Okay, this is the Hippodrome. We're just gone over to the Charing Cross Road. And now we're starting to come into Leicester Square. So we've got the Hippodrome, which occupies this massive building here on our right. And on the left, you've got your normal pizzerias, etc. If you want to get tickets for theatre shows, you've got quite a few booths around for that. So that's one way of doing it, or alternatively go to the theatres direct. They quite often have returns, or they sell on the morning. But check that one out if you want to do it. Now this is good. Now this is the View Cinema here at Leicester Square. I'll show you the other cinemas in just a second. And they've got different models of different film characters. And this is a good one people miss. This is Wonder Woman coming out the side of the cinema. Good one, that one. Got a video on that. I'll put a link in the top right hand corner because you'll see that when that was on during daylight. Now here at Leicester Square during Christmas, they've had on during Christmas the Christmas fair. So they're taking that all down. One thing you'll get across London is people saying what they want to do, free speech and all the rest of it. So
repent of your sins. It starts with repentance, true repentance. It says in the Bible, true repentance brings godly sorrow. Are you sorry for your sins? You should be,
Leicester Square.
I'm telling you, there's a judgment. Every knee will bow, every tongue will confess.
At the top up there, you've got Batman figure. There we go. They're putting all the stuff away here. Oh, that's a new one. So of all the statues, that's a new one. Can you see the dog there? Clifford, the big red dog. There you go. Must be in because the film's just come out. Okay, let's carry on Leicester Square. In the course of the next 2 weeks, this will all be back open again and going. So they've got lorries in, they're just closing everything down, taking down all the Christmas stuff. Lots and lots of souvenir shops. Your best bet, don't buy them here. You're probably going to get charged quite a bit, and you've got House of Candy as well. Now, if you're an M&M fan, that's fine and good for you. But why they've got a massive M&M world here at Leicester Square? There's 4 floors of it. If you like M&Ms and you want to come and get some M&M stuff, merch, probably the best bet, this is your place to come and get it. Here's a good one. Lego shop, always good. Quite often there's a queue, especially during school holidays and weekends. There's often a queue to get in there because they regulate the number of people going in. Oh, they've done Big Ben up. So Big Ben has had the faces revealed over the last couple of weeks. And it looks like they've done the same here, and they've done up Big Ben in the window here at the Lego shop. Excellent. Right. So we're now at a place called Swiss Court, which is right outside the Lego shop, which is just off Leicester Square. And those bells go every 2 hours, and then they start clanging and the models start moving around. And the reason this is called Swiss Court, that building there, which has got M&M World, used to be the Swiss Centre. It's now a massive hotel. It's the W Hotel. So that's what's up there. And of course you've got M&M World just underneath it. But that's worth coming and having a look at. And then they've got all of the flags of the different states within Switzerland up there. There you go. Right, the 26 different cantons, as they call them. Very educational, isn't it? Well, I managed to see the sign just a second ago and it reminded me they're called cantons. Right, not going to do it today, but up here, just to show you how close everything is, there you have Soho Chinatown. There you go, up there through that gate. And what we might do is come up here a bit closer to Chinese New Year and come and film then, because that will be well and truly buzzing and decorated. Okay, so we've just left Leicester Square. I just want to give you a feel for how close everything is, because once again, if you're not from London, haven't been to London, or if you have and you've used the tube, you might not actually realise how close everything is. And that's the brilliant thing about doing these videos, because it just gives you an idea. So, we're currently on a street called Coventry Street, and this leads to Piccadilly Circus. And Piccadilly Circus is almost upon us. Right, if you're thinking, what are those nets going across the sky? Has Spider-Man been in town? Nope, they're the Christmas decorations from Christmas 2021, and they're just waiting to come down. So give it another week or so, they'll be out with the cherry pickers taking those ones down. Right, if you want a sense for what London is like, we are on a Wednesday night in the middle of January. It's not that busy. It really isn't that busy. I was expecting a few more people to be around, but it really is not that busy up here. So if you're thinking of coming over to London, taking a short break to come down to London, then I can't recommend it highly enough, because it really is, for London, very quiet. And if you can't make it to London, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're going to bring you more of it. And different bits and pieces. We're going to feature some different parts of London, and we'll take you for some walks around as well, so you can see London. Right, and now Piccadilly Circus. Oh yes, it's the screen. So Piccadilly Circus has been going as lights for many, many years. And there's only a few occasions that the lights have been switched off. One was during the war, another was on the death of Winston Churchill, and there's only been a couple of other times. But apart from that, the lights go on. And the advertisement that has been on the board the longest, almost since the beginning, is the one over that you can see on the, it's moving around, it's now gone to the top. It's the one on the top right side, which is top left side, which is Coca-Cola. And that's been up there for donkey's years. Just to prove we are in London, not having to sort of green screen this on. Lovely to have the buses and the taxis going past. Okay. Also, to give you an idea, it's 5:45 on a Wednesday evening, and the traffic is flowing without any problem at all. Obviously, you've got traffic lights stopping and stuff, but the traffic is flowing without any issue whatsoever. So it's really not that busy up here in London. Okay, let's go round. Excellent. So looking up there, you've got Shaftesbury Avenue. That's where a lot of the theatres are. So if you're coming to London and going to the theatres, it's Shaftesbury Avenue that goes up there. Down that way is Piccadilly, where we've just come from. This is the bottom of Regent Street. You've got that fantastic bend in the road, and we'll go over there and just have a quick look up Regent Street in just a second. This is the bottom of Regent Street in St James's Place, or St James's. And that, down here, is Piccadilly, and we're going to go walking down there very shortly, and we're going to hit Piccadilly down to get to Bond Street. Here, in the middle, is Eros, also known as the Shaftesbury Memorial. That's sitting there, it's very posh, isn't it? You know, that sort of stuff. And it is directly above Piccadilly Station. And Piccadilly Station is under my feet as I'm standing at the moment, and under also Eros, or the Shaftesbury Memorial. And when they were renovating the station many years ago, they actually took the fountain away that was here, sort of lifted it out, and the hole that's underneath goes directly down into the ticket office and down into the tube station. So it is really under our feet. The building behind is Lily White's. I think it's the only Lily White's that I know of in the UK, but it's a prime position, so it must be doing quite well because it's been there for donkey's years. You've got Pride and Prejudice on at the theatre, which is next to it, which is directly behind the statue. That's the Criterion Theatre. That's a very small theatre, but right bang here in the middle of Piccadilly. And then as you go further down, you've got the Hard Rock Cafe and the Hard Rock Shop, which is opened up not that long ago, which is there. Okay, let's go and have a look at Regent Street. Now, you have to be careful because they keep changing the road layout here at Piccadilly Circus. They've now turned it into a two-way road layout. One thing that's always good is people do get a bit agitated, like to sit on their horn. Although, if you're watching this and you're in Italy and in Rome, you won't have a problem with that because it's quite quiet by comparison. Now, for some unknown reason, I'm not quite sure what they've done, but they've actually closed off Regent Street. So I am walking right down Regent Street in the middle of the road where the bus would normally go. Oh, it's green light, so I can go on. Which is great, but actually Regent Street is just so pretty any time of year. And they've made it very pedestrian. They've recently extended the width of the pavements on both sides of the road and put trees and seating areas. So they've made it pedestrian friendly, which is great. So when people start coming back to London, there'll be a lot more room for people to pass each other on the streets, which is great. Okay, let's head back into Piccadilly Circus, that's Regent Street. And what we'll do is let's go for a walk down Piccadilly. Oh, just in case you're wondering what that is, that's a police call box. It's an old one, but it's a police call box. So once upon a time, it's no longer in operation now, but you could take the telephone out and speak directly to the police force. Now, they just tell you to use your mobile and dial 999 or go to a local payphone. But that's still sitting there as a monument. Okay, let's go down Piccadilly. Right, we'll wait for the buses to go past, but if you're in London and thinking, oh my god, the weather's awful, and you've got children with you especially, then that is a great place to go. Waterstones. It's on about 6 different floors, goes into the basement, it's got a couple of cafes in there, and it's fantastic book department. Fantastic book departments up and down in a complete bookshop. So that's Waterstones, 206 Piccadilly. If I remember rightly, I think it's open until 8 o'clock every night, and it's open 7 days a week. So if you do get caught with the rain, it's a great place to go. And it's in our video, 5 great places to, or 5 great things to do if it's raining in London. I'm going to put a link to that in the top right hand corner for you. Okay, let's keep walking down. By the way, if you're a London bus fan and a taxi fan, you're doing all right with this. As they called it, the commentator's curse. They said the traffic was flowing quite nicely. Yeah, not down Piccadilly it ain't. Yeah, that's going all the way down here. It's good to see they changed the one-way system and it's working extremely effectively. So I'm not here to pass comment, I just want to bring you London. Now, I'm hoping that we're not going to have bad luck this year, because it's not been funny, the last couple of years have been pretty rubbish, but the lights are still on. And I can tell you today is the 12th of January, although this video will go a little bit later. It's the 12th of Jan and the lights are still on. I'm saying nothing. Okay. Lots of taxis available. It's probably because everyone's got out and walked, left the taxis to it. Okay, so as we're walking down, we've got some of the shopping arcades, we've got Hatchard's, which is a bookseller's over there. One of the places I'm going to dive into is Fortnum and Mason. And I did, not long ago, a collaboration with Annie Jones from America, who is a massive tea fan. And I said, tell you what, next time I'm in London, I'll pop into Fortnum & Mason. I'm going to get them to make a blend for you. So I'm going to do that. So we continue our tour down Piccadilly at Fortnum & Mason. Always great to stand outside Fortnum & Mason when it hits the top of the hour, because there's the Fortnum & Mason clock bang in the centre there. Tell you what, another video that we've done on that, and you can actually see Mr. Fortnum and Mr. Mason come out from between the 2 hatches and perform a sort of exhibition, which is great. So you can see that at the top of the hour. Something I tell you what they've done here, they haven't done that before. Normally when they take down the Christmas decorations from the front of Fortnum & Mason, it's the advent calendar, which is great. You can also search that on our channel, but they have 2021 down the side. This is the first time I've actually seen they've actually put 2022 up for the year, like that. Very good. I know, small things, but it was good, didn't it? That's big down the side of that building. Right, we will have to do a visit to Fortnum & Mason another time to go and have a look round and inside. So over here we have the Piccadilly Arcade, which is a small arcade, but on the other side we have the Burlington Arcade, which is great for window shopping. Because believe you me, you probably want to do window shopping. Oh, there's still the James Bond exhibition stuff there. And you've got the security guards, the Beadles they're known as, that are in the Burlington Arcade. And that brings us to Old Bond Street. So I hope you've enjoyed our walk, going all the way from Covent Garden, through Leicester Square, Seven Dials, Neal's Yard, down through Piccadilly Circus, a little bit up Regent Street, and finishing off here after Piccadilly at the bottom of Old Bond Street. So I hope you've enjoyed our walk and our look through. Now that leads me to another great idea, which we will do at some point soon. We'll do a night walk and we'll do some window shopping up the Bond Streets. Why not? But we'll have to do it early, otherwise they're going to lock all the jewellery away. I know that's going to happen. So we will do that at another time for you. If you've got any ideas, anything, any comments on this video, please leave them in the comments down below. And also, if you love the video, do give us a thumbs up, because then we can share this with other like-minded people and we can help other people love London as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video soon. Bye.